Mark Ogden joining me. Augie, here's an interesting stat for you that our statisticians, if I got that right, pulled out here at ESPN. Jadon Sancho has been involved in more goals this season than Phil Foden has career starts. Now, that is definitely a very telling sign considering they're both the same age and so much promise was made of Phil Foden. So what does that stat tell you, and where does Foden go from here? Because it's kind of scratching everybody's heads.
Yeah, I mean, that stat is quite a damning stat, but I don't think it's a real surprise, is it? Because we don't really see Phil Foden unless Man City playing a game in the Carabao Cup or a game in the Champions League that they don't need to win. And it's quite sad, really, because, maybe 2-3 years ago, Phil Foden was, the star of the England Under-17 World Cup tournament when they emerged as winners, and Sancho was in that too. And, Foden has got a lot of talent. He's a really, really good player. But I think when he's now reached the point of his career, he's at a crossroads now. I think he's 20. I think David Silva's going to leave City at the end of the season, so that might give him an opportunity. But the thing is, that when the Euros come around next year, he's going to be 21, and by the time he's 21, he'll be looking around at people like Marcus Rashford at 21. He was playing. He's a top star in the Champions League with Man United and an England international. Sancho's the same. Trent Alexander-Arnold, just a year older than him. He's won the Champions League and he's going to win the Premier League next week. Phil Foden's had 3 years where he's the next big thing, but the next big thing has to be the big thing right now at some point. I think. I don't see him leaving City anytime soon, but I think he's going to start questioning his career because by the time he's 20, 21, you're not a kid anymore. But he's been treated like a kid, and I think Pep Guardiola's got to put up or shut up with Foden now. He's got to say, right, you're my guy or you're not. Stop messing the kid around. Give him a chance because he is a real talent, but he's just being left to, he's being wasted at Man City right now.
And why do you think that is? Is it something from him that you have seen? Because we always hear of, this Phil Foden, like you said, someone like Gareth Southgate seems to believe in him a lot, especially for England. But when he goes at Manchester City, Pep just doesn't seem to be buying it.
I think the problem at Man City is that they're geared to win things right now, the here and now. They talk about wanting to build for the future, and we've had that for 10 years now with City. But you look at their team, and it's full of players that are ready-made to deliver now. And Phil Foden maybe isn't ready-made to deliver now. But if you put him into that team around all these great players, he will deliver. And I think whether Pep is kind of wary of giving him the chance. City last year won the league by, but it was at a point over Liverpool that maybe spooked him a little bit and he wanted to make sure they won it again this time. They haven't done. So there's obviously room for improvement at City. But for me, if I was Phil Foden, I'm thinking, right, this time next year, I want to be in England's team, not the squad in England's team for the Euros. The year delay has helped him in a way. He'll be 21 when it starts. And 21 for me is the perfect time for Phil Foden to announce himself on the world stage. Talk about other players, people like Wayne Rooney was a teenager when he started for England. You can't wait forever, and Phil Foden feels like he's being left to wait forever. Man City and Guardiola have to say, right, you're a fantastic talent, play. And if they don't doing that, be fair to the kid and say, go on loan or move on because, Sancho's done great at Borussia Dortmund and they're in the same youth team. So, big question mark for Phil Foden and a big time in his career because it'll go quickly.
If he does dare to look for a move elsewhere, even though you said you don't pick him to leave Manchester City anytime soon, or if it's just even a loan move, where?
Well, Man City got a lot of clubs all over the world, haven't they? So it could go anywhere really. But, I think City will probably look to loan him if they do loan him, which I don't think they will. But if they do loan him, it'd be, I imagine, abroad. But I think he probably needs to be in the Premier League and learn, the rough and tumble, I guess, the Premier League and find a way to develop his career that way and just to toughen up and be in a situation where he's playing every week and the responsibility that comes with playing every week. I was told a story about, Andreas Pereira at Man United where they sent him on loan year after year after year. And 1 year, I think he was on loan at Granada. He came back and United thought that he'd just grown as a man because he'd been in a dressing room with players who they had to win for the win bonus to kind of cover the mortgage or to pay for the car, whatever. Winning mattered to these players. And then when you get a sense of what that means when you're a young player, that the importance of winning. At Man City, of course, winning matters, but it doesn't matter in terms of the financial aspect for the players. They don't need to win to pay for the car or the house. But lower down the pecking order, they do. And, that kind of pressure is what would help develop Phil Foden to another level, the pressure to win. And he's not getting that at Man City. He's being wrapped in cotton wool. And it's not working for him. Next year's a massive year for Phil Foden, and he has to be in the team when the season starts in September.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.